One constant thorn in the side of homeowners is property taxes, and when they increase, that can upend where you call home.
I've seen a continuous increase of property tax to the point where it's going to eventually force me out of my house.
And that's why property assessments are often dreaded. Just take the debacle last year in Jackson County, where some saw increases in the triple digits or more. But before that translates to increased property taxes, leaders need to make some crucial decisions. That includes whether to maintain or exceed the revenue neutral rate. Many communities in Johnson County are trying to decide just that, and if they exceed it, that means property taxes will likely increase. KSHB 41 News reporter Alyssa Jackson amplifies the voices of two very different perspectives of property owners in Mission, Kansas, and how they handle their taxes going up year after year.
When you've lived in your home for more than a decade.
Well, I bought the land in 1984.
I've lived in my house for 11 years.
You know, oftentimes it's inevitable that property taxes won't go up at some point.
It would not surprise me, no. And I think that's... I mean, where does it stop?
Mission is one of several cities I cover in Johnson County proposing to exceed their revenue neutral rate, meaning they don't plan to collect the same amount in property tax as the year before. They could collect more. Mission's mill levy, in other words, their property tax rate, is not likely to change for next year. But for taxes not to go up, they would need to roll it back, which they still have an opportunity to do. When that's finalized, you'll need to multiply the mill rate the city sets by your property's assessed value. You'll divide all that by 1,000 to figure out how much property tax you'll have to pay. The tax bill for a traditional home is what you're used to hearing. Richard Johnson's is a unique exception.
I'm like the entryway to Mission here with this. It's a landmark.
He's had city approval to live in his business, but he's burdened by the tax bill that often comes with it.
Every year I have to get back with them when there's a reappraisal done, that I have to get in and talk to somebody there and let them know that hey, nothing's changed.
The reality is they don't know yet what they'll have to pay next year.
Do I see like house taxes and property taxes going up? Yes. I don't see that changing.
A decade and more in the same spot with the same view. It makes them think, will all of that have to change?
My kids have told me, Dad, don't sell the dome.
Now, Alyssa, what all gets taken into consideration when a city sets their tax rate?
Well, Caitlin, there are so many things to consider. For Mission specifically, they've told me increasing staff costs and increase in what it costs to deliver some of the city services. Other cities have told me that inflation is playing a big part this year. Not a surprise. If they stay revenue neutral, it would mean that they're providing all of the same city resources and services at the same price as last year. And we know prices are not the same as last year, and it's for many local governments just not sustainable, Caitlin.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much for breaking that down for us.